Hi, Vanessa. How are you?
Huh, I'm fine, and you? How are you?
Great, eh? We finally did it. So tell me something. How's the weather there, your side?
It's okay. It's actually sunny. Well, we're not too far from each other, but normally where I am, up in Hillcrest, it's normally in the rain belt. But we're fine today. We're
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
likewise. All right. So my opening question to you is, please tell me about your artistic journey.
Okay, right from the beginning, or
Sure.
like, well, I mean, I've always done art. I've always been interested in art. Like even as a kid, I was always drawing and stuff like that. I did art for matric for school. Then I went and studied, after I left school, after a few years, I went and studied fine art at Durban University. No, DUT? Natal Technicon. I
Yeah.
think that was it.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, and then kind of like did jobs when I was younger because I had to pay
Mm-hmm.
the bills and I had to pay
Yeah.
rent and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
always went back to art and always kind of like ended a job and tried to get back into art and then it was only after I got divorced that I full time went into art, which is probably the wrong time because you kind of need to do this when you're married. So you have a support system, financially.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that was about 10, 11 years. Well, I've been doing this for about 10 years full time.
Wow.
Yeah, this particular brand of art that I am doing now. Yeah, so I've always taught art or been involved in art or kind of always, yeah, so that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Who are the artists that you respect the most? Let's put it that way.
Now I've just gone blank. I think Rothko, I like his work, I admire his work.
Uh-huh.
Um, Van Gogh, obviously, because he's just,
Uh-huh.
I mean, from that time, he was just amazing. And there's a couple of local artists, like as I say, Kim Black.
Yeah, yeah.
And
What
yeah,
about
yeah.
what about international?
I don't know, art is really at this time, like, I mean, there's this, I don't know if you know about this thing where they stuck a banana on the wall and it went sold for millions and millions of dollars. So
Wow.
I think that this, yeah, and he got a certificate of authentication, and he is allowed to eat the banana and go and replace the banana. It got stuck on with a piece of duct tape.
Hmm.
So I think art at the moment is just we're in another realm.
Yeah, yeah,
So
it's going through.
yeah,
Okay, I have a question for you on the comment section. Are you okay if I ask it to you?
sorry.
No, no, I said there's a
That,
question for you on the comment section. Do you mind if I ask it to you?
oh yeah.
Sure, all right. That is it. Okay, this is from Jitin Rishika. Hi, Vanessa. What's your best achievement?
Okay. There's a couple. Okay,
Uh huh.
apart from going viral on YouTube, I've had a couple of videos, or a few videos that have got over 1 million views.
Wow.
But I can't say that's an achievement because I still don't know how that happened. But last year we have,
Uh huh.
and it's not one. There's been a few. So
Wow.
um, we have a show in Hilton,
Mm-hmm.
which is done by Kathy Jacobs, and it's called Art in the Country. And last year when I exhibited, I nearly sold out. So I think that's probably was one of my biggest achievements because it kind of showed me what I'm capable of and where my journey can go. So I think it was just amazing. It was just I had to go in the forest and cry for a moment because
Mm-hmm.
I was just so overwhelmed. So yeah.
Okay, I think. All right. I would go back to. Are you able to tell me your further achievements by this further question I've got in terms of your highlights in general? Are you able to give me a mini highlights? That's possible.
Well, wasn't that a highlight?
But that was your best achievement. Are you able to give me additional highlights?
I think every time I do an exhibition or a show
Okay.
and it's successful.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to take it to a more personal level, so now recently I've done Art in the Country again for this year,
Mm-hmm.
and people actually are moved when they
Mm-hmm.
see the art. I think that's an achievement.
Of
That's,
course.
when you're touching somebody, when you
Of
touch
course.
somebody personally through art, for me, it's a good achievement.
Sure.
And I
All
get
right.
quite a bit of that, so
Uh-huh.
that's nice. That's good for me.
Sure. What have been your lowlights, if any?
Going back to Art in the Country for this year, because I didn't do as
Uh-huh.
well as last year, and
Okay.
knowing what I could have done.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to change that question up a little bit, and
Mm-hmm.
to try and change the perception of the way people see art. Um, when you get kind of asked for a discount, or is that the best price? Or
Mm-hmm.
recently, I try and support a lot of causes, like not just charities, but causes that I believe in through my
Mm-hmm.
art. And recently, they were raising funds for I'm a peddler, so they were trying to raise money for somebody that was really ill,
Mm-hmm.
and I donated a painting. And a few people came to me afterwards. So the raffle that people bought raffled, and we raffled off the painting.
Mm-hmm.
People came to me afterwards and were saying that they loved the painting, and they only bought tickets because they could have, where these people could afford to buy the painting or to buy a painting. So I'm quite to try and change the mindset of people in terms of viewing art. I think that's the perception that needs to change.
Of
Was
course.
that
Yeah. 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 So, what are your plans for the rest of this year and beyond?
for the okay? So I've just done House and Home. I
Mm-hmm.
thought maybe that's where you had met me. And then coming August, I've got an exhibition for a full month down at a gallery in Noordhoek. I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm a featured artist there. I've got Hilton Arts Festival coming up and in August as well. And the same month, towards the end of August,
Mm-hmm.
I've got a show up in Eston.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of things that might be happening in October, and then end of December, obviously, I'm a part of a local group, and then we have an exhibition. It's a local exhibition. And then also just trying to sell through the website and going through my social media.
Okay. So, finally, what are your words of inspiration for upcoming artists?
Don't copy. Don't copy other artists. If you really are serious about art and about what you want to do and about doing this as a full-time thing, you have to be passionate. You can't emulate somebody else. You need to do and find your own space. And it takes a long time to get there. Also, don't undervalue. Sorry. You can get inspired by somebody, but I don't believe you must copy somebody.
Hmm.
And don't undervalue yourself. For me, this is my full time thing. This is what I do. So I have to cover the costs. I have to, and it's very difficult to price and to put yourself out there. So as an up and coming artist, be realistic about your art. If you want to do this, pursue it, and also just practice your craft. You have to constantly be out there and putting the work in, doing the hours and doing the thing. People think it's easy. It's not easy. If it was
Hmm.
easy, everybody would be doing it. It's
Yeah.
hard, especially when you're doing it as a business. And also
Okay.
another thing,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
try and marry a financial person, because artists are awful at money, at managing money. So that was a joke.
That's okay. Yeah. All right. All I gotta say, thanks so much for your time, and we finally did it with all the technological issues.
So all that sort of for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Hopefully,
took us longer
yeah,
to
yeah. That's okay.
took
It's
us longer to
but
sort it out.
yeah. All right. Take care. Eh?
All right, thank you.